I recording? What's up, Walking Dead fanatics? Wacky Weirdo here. And before I get this video started, I just want to say that sneak peek had me like, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, I'm done being weird. Let's go ahead and get this motherfucker started. So I apologize if I annoyed you. If I did, go ahead and virtually slap me right now through your computer screen. Ow, not so hard, asshole. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the potential of Rick losing his hand, the potential of Daryl French kissing Lucille. We're going to be talking about where Negan may be taking Rick, and we're also going to talk about a few other little tidbits of Season 7 info. And there are going to be a few spoilers in here from Season 7, so if you don't want to know any spoilers whatsoever, just go ahead and hit that X. If you're tempted, it's cool, but if you have avoided spoilers for this long, you should probably continue. There's less than 2 weeks left. But if you're cool with spoilers, stick around. I would love to continue to talk some crazy shit to you. So anyways, the first thing we're going to talk about is an interview with Negan, aka Jeffrey Dean Morgan, with somebody named, it's Eric Nagel. Never heard of him before, but I just stumbled upon this interview while searching Jeffrey Dean Morgan interviews on YouTube, and it's a pretty cool little short interview because he talks about how he hates spoilers and people that spoil the show. Let's go ahead and listen, shall we?
Are you watching this right now? And then
here's what I'll say about that. That was nothing.
I know.
Nothing.
The first episode back
Fucking
is
brutal.
Gonna make that introduction seem like a talking pony show.
Can't wait.
It's fucking brutal.
Nice.
And that's really, I mean, you know, all those people that bitched about the cliffhanger, how dare you do this? Well,
they are
not
idiots.
only are they
if
idiots,
they bitched about
and
it.
all the people trying to, like, the spoiling dead fans.
Oh, those guys are so annoying.
Give me a fucking break.
They complained that AMC told them to take their review or something, their hypothesis of what happened off the website, and they're like, "How dare you tell me what to do?" It's like, it's our project.
Yeah.
We own the rights.
That's right.
We allow you to put clips and photos on your website, so if you want to continue doing that, or we can obviously just sue you, you're going to shut up and play ball.
I mean, not everybody wants to know, you know, just, come on. For me, it's so ridiculous. And, you know, here's what I'll say. All the people that bitched and moaned and the cliffhanger was horrible, we're going to start a petition, we need to know who died, blah, 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 blah. Just watch the first episode and shut the fuck up.
Oh, you gotta love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's the perfect Negan, because that is something Negan would say, just shut the fuck up. And, you know, I kind of agree with him, because, you know, the Spoiling Dead fan page itself is not bad, you know. If people want to look at spoilers, they have their right to. But it's some of the people that go to that fan page that are bad, because they'll go there, find out a big spoiler, and then they'll just go to Walking Dead YouTube videos, Walking Dead Facebook posts, Walking Dead Twitter posts, and they'll just start typing the spoilers there. And then when people are going through trying to read comments, they end up reading a fucking spoiler, and they're like, well, fuck, I didn't want to fucking know that yet. So as long as you're not an asshole who's just spoiling it for everybody on purpose just to be a dick, spoilers are cool with me. You know, I don't really like spoilers per se, but when you have a 6 or 7 month gap in between seasons, you get a little antsy. You want to know stuff. So I end up trying my best to avoid spoilers, but then I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to read them. I'm going to watch them. I'm going to look at them. Who cares? I'm going to still enjoy the season when it comes back regardless. So speaking of spoilers, there are going to be some in this video. So if you don't like spoilers at all, I'm warning you now. Hit that X. Because we're going to be talking about some major ones, kinda. But if you're cool with spoilers, stick around. I would love to continue to yap my trap towards your ear holes. So the next thing we're going to talk about is this scene right here from the sneak peek where Negan yanks Rick by the coat, starts dragging him across the ground like a pissed off mom who has a 7-year-old in Walmart who won't stop bitching and moaning about a Leonardo Ninja Turtle figure that she won't buy for him. And he decides he doesn't want to leave Walmart until he gets that figure. And the mom has had it up to here with his bullshit. So she just grabs him and she just drags him out of Walmart, puts him in the car, takes him back home, and gives him a couple of spankings. Now, I say that because that actually happened to me when I was like 7 years old. I was in Walmart. I really wanted a Leonardo figure. I was bitching and moaning, saying, I'm not leaving Walmart until I get it, Mommy. I want Leonardo. And then she's just like, no, you're not getting it. And then she just grabs me, takes me out the store. Now, nowadays, you do something like that with your kid, it's considered child abuse. And people be calling child services up on you. But back in the day, that was discipline. Nowadays, there is no discipline. So kids are out just doing everything, doing drugs, twerking, getting pregnant at 11 years old. It's ridiculous. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about The Walking Dead. But anyways, yeah, Negan tosses Rick into the RV, says they'll be back. And if Rick's not, then they're going to turn whoever's left inside out. But I'm 100% positive Rick will be back. So the real question is, what is Negan going to do with Rick in the RV? Is he going to stick his dick down his throat and tell Rick that he's going to have to thank him for it later? Not likely. But I'm hoping he says that line by the end of the first episode. Is he going to fuck him and make Rick his bitch like it's in prison? Probably not. So my guess is he's just going to take him on a ride through hell, and he's probably going to end up pulling out the rifle that you've seen in that one image, and he's probably going to be shooting some walkers out the back of the RV, or he might end up shooting some other survivors. He might like pull up to another town that didn't obey him and just start killing people, letting Rick know he's not one to fuck with. I'm also thinking he might take Rick to the sanctuary and show him how massive his community is. And I think Rick might end up getting some of Carl's storyline from issue 105, where Negan shows Carl around the sanctuary. I hope not. I really want Carl to have that storyline, because there's a moment in that storyline in issue 105 where Negan asks Carl to sing to him while he's swinging Lucille around, and oh, it is just amazing, and I really want to see that in the show, so I'm hoping we get to see it, whether it's with Rick. Maybe he'll make Rick sing. That would be hilarious. Only sunshine when skies are gray. I have a terrible Rick impression, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is ring brains. Dun 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 dun. So as you can see, I have a few red circles on the screen. Now the first two red circles I want to talk about are right there in the middle. As you can see, I have what looks like some teeth circles. Pretty positive they're teeth, because in the comic book you could see some teeth that got splashed out of Glenn's mouth, so of course there's going to be teeth. But that one right in the middle that I have circled, it looks like a smushed nose, doesn't it? It looks like there's two nostrils right there. So what the holy hell? What if that is the victim's nose? What if Negan like beat the holy fuckity fuck out of this person's head so bad that there's literally nothing left but mush, and that is somebody's nose? I'm gonna say it's not. I think there is going to be a little bit of a recognizability to the victim after he's finished, but man, I just thought that was pretty crazy that it looks like a nose. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the supposed ring that has been going around all over the interwebs. Over there on the right side, you can see where I have ring with a question mark above it, and then rock at the bottom, because I don't think that's a ring. A lot of people are saying it's either Maggie's wedding ring or a ring that Abraham had for Sasha. But if you look closely, let's go ahead and zoom in so I can show you guys. Look at it. Look real close. Does that really look like a ring to you guys? That doesn't look like a diamond. That doesn't look like a band. It just looks like the ground. You see how the ground is? It's like little rocks, all jaggedy rocks just poking up out of the ground. They're everywhere, and that's just bits of brain on top of a rock that are glistening, making it look like a diamond. So I really do not believe that is the ring that everybody keeps talking about, because it's definitely not going to be Maggie. It's going to be most likely Abraham and Glenn. So, you know, I'm just going to put that rumor to bed, at least for me. I mean, y'all might still think it's a ring, but after giving it a thorough analysis, to me, it just looks like the rest of the ground here with just, you know, some blood or bone on it that makes it look like a ring. Now, whose brains are these, though? I'm going to go ahead and say that it's Glenn's. Now, this picture right here was floating around for a couple of weeks. A lot of people were sharing it, and a lot of people were saying that it was photoshopped. But after watching that sneak peek, I have a feeling this is a screenshot of the actual beating of Glenn. Because sure, it looks a little fake, but in The Walking Dead, not everything is a practical effect. There is a lot of CGI gore in The Walking Dead, and that's what it looks like. It looks like CGI gore on the side of Glenn's head, a CGI eyeball, and then the actual blood is probably the same blood that's on Rick's face, but the actual, you know, head wound and the eyeball, that's CGI. But this is, I'm going to say this is 99% legit pick from the season 7 premiere. My mind went blank for a minute. I didn't even know what the fuck I was talking about. Now, apparently there's going to be 2 deaths. So this is either Glenn being killed second, or this is either Glenn being killed first. But the rumored second death is going to be Abe. I made this little gif like a month ago of Negan bashing in Abraham's head. I thought it was really cool. I actually did a YouTube video on it. It's only got like 500 views. I was hoping it was going to get like 500,000, but because I spent a lot of time on it. I spent like, I think 3 or 4 hours making this little gif. I'm a terrible artist, but I think it came out pretty good, man. It's definitely brutal. Bashes his head, you see the brain, his eyeball, the blood leaking. It's really cool. But yeah, so I think the brains are most likely Glenn's. I think Negan is going to get killed with a knife or a gun, or he might get his head bashed in with Lucille just like Glenn does. Who really knows? I also made this cool little thing right here. Dumpster won't save you now. And these are screenshots that I took from Grand Theft Auto 5. I dressed my guy up just like Negan, because with the new biker DLC they actually added a Negan style jacket, and it's really awesome looking. And then I wore a turtleneck under it, that way it looks like I'm wearing the red scarf. And then I got the Lucille mod installed, and I just started bashing in Glenn's head. And I took all these screenshots to make this little picture. I think it came out pretty cool. Anyways, next thing we're going to talk about is the potential of Daryl being the victim. But we already know that's not true. Because if it was true, AMC wouldn't be trying to push it on us. Because they show us that little clip of Dwight with Daryl's vest on to get everybody like, oh my god, it's Daryl. And then in the sneak peek, they show Daryl's blanket right next to the brains to have people like, ooh, it's definitely Daryl. But they were so secretive over these past 6.5 months trying to keep who the victim was a secret. Why the fuck would they be throwing out all these hints? It just don't make any sense. Now, I am about to show you a spoiler pic as 100% proof that the victim isn't Daryl. Here it comes. 3, 2, boom. That is Daryl wearing a prisoner's outfit with the letter A spray painted on the back, and he's talking to Rick. Now, I don't know if you remember or not, but from the Comic-Con trailer, there were other, I guess you can call them savior slaves, wearing the same type of jumpsuit with letters spray painted on the back. So Daryl becomes a prisoner, but he doesn't die. So all you Daryl fans, you're in some luck. Alright, and the final thing, I think that's, yeah, the final thing I want to talk about is this right here. Ever since the sneak peek was released, everybody sees the axe, read the title, Right Hand Man, and they're like, oops, Ricky Boy is losing his hand. Just like he did in issue 28 of the comic books to the governor. I mean, that shit was crazy. When I read that, I couldn't even believe it, man. The main character of the comic book lost his hand. I was like, what the figgity fuck? I mean, total unpredictability right there. I couldn't believe it. I'm sure pretty much everybody reading the comics couldn't believe it. But Robert Kirkman did say he regretted doing that to Rick. He regretted mutilating him like that. And that's why Rick has been able to keep his hand throughout the past 6 seasons. So I really don't see them taking his hand away in the 7th season, because it would make no fucking sense. And I actually have some proof to show you that he keeps his hand throughout season 7. 3, 2, 1. Boom. This was a picture from the set. I think this was during the filming of episode 9 or maybe 10 of season 7. And as you can see, Rick's got his trusty Colt Python in both his hands. And then we got this picture of Rick from filming of episode, I think, 4, where Negan comes to get half their shit, and then he forces Rick to hold on to Lucille. And as you can see, his left and right hand are intact. So, you ain't gotta worry. Rick's gonna keep his hands for season 7. Season 8, now that's a different story. He might lose his penis in season 8. Now, there's also one more thing I wanted to mention about this. Now, in the comics, after Rick says, I'm gonna kill you, not today, not tomorrow, but I will kill you, Negan responds with, no you won't. Your best fucking chance is right now. Stand up and put a knife in my throat and drive an axe into my face. Now, when I seen Negan ask for his axe, I thought he was gonna give Rick the axe, and then after he gives him the axe, he would say, go ahead, your best chance is right now. Stand up and drive an axe into my face. Go ahead. Soon as my body hits the floor, my saviors are gonna mess you people up until your insides are outsides. That's what I thought was gonna happen right there. I was hoping for it. But then he just got quiet. He was quiet for like, what, 20-25 seconds before he stands up, puts it in his belt, and yanks Rick across the ground. Like, that was just bizarre to me, because like I said in my previous analysis, Negan being creepy and quiet, just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me, because in the comics he's just constantly talking, and for him to just be looking all creepy into Rick's eyes and just with a little grin on his face, not saying a damn word, that's just freaky. But anyways, there we have it. That is the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, hit that like, leave a comment. Let's continue some conversation, shall we? And this is probably going to be my last Walking Dead related video until October 23rd, when the premiere occurs. And my first video on October 23rd is going to be my reaction video. This will probably be the first time I actually do a proper reaction video. I'm going to make sure I have the camera going during my first viewing, because a lot of other times when I did reaction videos, I would always end up watching the episode or watching the trailer first, and then I would try to do a reaction video watching it a second time, and you know, my reactions were fake as fuck because I already knew what the hell was happening. But this time I'm definitely gonna make sure I have the camera rolling when I watch it for the first time. That way you can see me cry, because I'm probably gonna cry when I witness Glenn and Abraham get their fucking beautiful heads mutilated. I'm gonna miss those guys. Don't do this to me, Robert Kirkman. Don't do this to me, Scott Gimple. But at least we get to keep Negan. He's cool. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys. You kick ass. Appreciate all the love, and I'll see you motherfuckers October 23rd for my reaction video. It's gonna be brutal. Whoa.